everybody, welcome back to the FM24 Youth Academy Challenge with Folkestone Invicta, and it is the end of the season, and it's gone reasonably well. Let's get into it. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Save Fellow Managers. We find ourselves 13th in the league, 46 games played, 16 wins, 13 draws, 17 losses, and a -7 goal difference. 61 points, not too bad when you consider it's only, the playoffs were, I'm trying to think here, so playoffs go down to 7th, is it? Top 2 goals, is it top 3 go up? I can't remember. What happens here? Who goes where? Playoffs, semi-finals, you get 4 teams, and then in the league you get promoted. Yeah, so you get 3 going up, and then you get 4 teams. So it is like 7th. So we were, 12 points. 12 points off the playoffs. 4 wins. Not bad. Not bad. Blair Gemmell had a very good season up there in 7.25 highest average rating. Very good for him. And Adam Cross scored the joint second highest direct goals from free kicks, which was 2, proving that really in the lower leagues of football, no one's very good at taking free kicks. Because I feel like 3 goals from direct free kicks in 46 games is not great. I just sort of feel like that should be higher. But anyway, that's where we are. But 13th, yeah, not dreadful at all. We hit the highs of 9th. We hit the lows of 18th. And everything was bang in the middle of that. And even closer bang in the middle towards the end of the season. I'd say from the last sort of third of the season, we went as high as, 11th. And we went as low as 15th. So we're pretty much bang on mid-table, average. I don't want to use the word rubbish, because it's not rubbish. We're predicted to finish 24th, so we're still playing very well. And we had some decent results in the run-in as well. So if we go towards the end of the season, you can see we actually went unbeaten in February. I think we touched on that in the last episode because of the youth intake. I've had a bit of a break between recording the youth intake and recording this one, so excuse me if I repeat myself with a few things. But unbeaten in February, 3 losses in March, only the 1 loss in April as well to Doncaster, then a 2-0 win over Crewe, and a pretty poor end to the season. A 2-2 draw with Port Vale, a 94th minute goal for them got them the equaliser, and a 1-1 draw against Mansfield, where an 82nd minute goal got them an equaliser in that one as well. So not too bad. As you can see, we've gone from the 4-2-3-1 to the 4-2-4 DM wide, trying to figure out what we can do and how we can play and what's best. And I'm sort of leaning towards the 4-2-4, but we'll see how I feel next season and how well the youngsters integrate and the players that we get rid of, because I think there might be quite a few of them, to be honest. Obviously there's nobody here because they're all on holiday, so if we get rid of that, so we've still got a number of people around, and we'll have to see how it sort of all unfolds. Junior Ward, probably the standout player of the year, had a decent season, scored 3 goals as a striker, 2 as a centre-back, very good average ratings across both positions, 22 games at centre-back, now can play it properly as well, which is obviously going to help him a little bit in the game. I don't know how much that really matters. I've seen a lot of using the Power BI when it says like, your holding midfielder is great at right back, and then you put them there and they get like a 7. I don't think it really matters. I do think it's all attribute based. I don't think it actually matters depending on how well their green little circle is filled up to say they can really play a job there. But yeah, overall, I got distracted. Overall, some very good performances from some players though. 43 starts, 6 sub appearances, 9 goals and 14 assists for Ollie Lewis, who got the most appearances in the season. Goals wise, it was 18 for Blair Gemmell. He got the most this season, coming on pretty well. I'd like to see a bit more development in there as well if possible, but yeah, getting lots of goals, scoring for us, which is all good stuff. Shout out to Christian Shayuba as well, 14 goals from him in his first season. Look at that improvement, really good. His first team football's really helping him out. He's actually wanted on loan by Barnet. That's not going to happen, but majority of the games up front, played attacking midfield and holding midfield at times as well, but a really, really good first season from Christian. I say first season, it's his second season, I'm an idiot, by Christian Shayuba, but a massive improvement on what he did in the last season, which is really good to see. We are training him. Are we training him or am I going to train him? Yeah, I'm not doing it yet. I'm going to train him up on strength and like that, when you select strength, what else does it do? It does something else as well. Strength, it does strength and jumping reach, so we're going to be improving his strength and his jumping reach as that target forward that I really want him to become, especially now that we've moved Junior Ward back into defence. And then finally, the top 3 goal scorers, Massimo Englefield, who has come on bloody brilliantly this season. He's had a really good season this year as well. 6 appearances last year, jumped into the first team, 39 appearances, 7 assists, 10 goals in the league. Overall, though, 12 goals in all competitions and a 7.01 average rating. He has been really good. He's probably shown some of the best development, I think. Look at that development. He did have, as I said in a previous episode, he had this off the, where is determination? Determination, yeah, he had an off the field thing where it increased his determination by 10. Like, I think some of you must have had them. Some of you watching this video must have had them. You get that news item that's like, off-the-field events have proved a significant improvement in determination. That's what he had, and it jumped up by 10 points. But overall, he has been very, very good. If we go, I look at all-time and then just go, what are we playing him as? We're playing him as an advanced forward, mainly, to be honest. Come here. Advanced forward attack. So dribbling's gone up, finishing's gone up, passing's up, penalty taking's gone up, technique's gone up, positioning, off the ball, leadership, determination, as I said, went up by 10. Decisions, concentrations, composure, anticipation. Jumping reach has gone up by 5 as well, because we did have him on quickness. Is it quickness, I think, that improves the most physical attributes? But as you can see, he's been developing that quite a lot. But yeah, slight improvement technically, major mentally, major in physical as well. He is probably our star player of the year in terms of young player and progressing forward. So really, really happy with how he's been developing and the season he's had. Assists wise, it was Ollie Lewis with 14, Blair Gemmell with 11, and then left back Rennie Besant, who sort of stepped into the first team this year as well. He's come up trumps at left back, had a very good season, replaced Harold Zimmer as our starting left back, 34 appearances, 6 assists, 1 goal and a 6.82, so he's come on leaps and bounds this year as well. And I do think we are getting there with improving the players, getting training schedules set up so that improves them quite a lot, and getting them training well. We are going to have a little bit of an overhaul of the coaching staff next season as well, and see if we can improve that. If we go into the staff here, we're not dreadful. We do have like the best in League 2, but I've got a feeling we can improve on some of these people with coaching badges and personalities and things like that. So I do think there'll be a bit of a change in terms of coaches coming up as well, and we'll look at all the staff. I'll do all of that in the off season, and potentially look to see where we can improve, going through everything at the club. The board still being a little bit stingy in terms of things that we ask for. They did do a junior coaching budget increase this year, which is very welcomed back in February, but are rejecting everything I asked for since then. The finances, we've got 568 in the bank, but you can see that's because we've been paid, because we're actually down in like minus 18 on the graph. So when we tick into the next month, it will peak back up to around about here somewhere. But we are bleeding money, and we are bleeding money because of how good our youth facility is. If we go to last month, yes, our youth setup is costing us about 98,000 a month, if not a little bit more than that. And that's really hurting us. So we do need money to come in. I don't think we are going to be selling anyone for big money this year, this summer. I don't think there's no real interest in players. We did have a little bit of interest in, where is he? Ollie Lewis did have some interest from FC Dallas, but that's gone away. So, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know where we're going to get the money from, to be honest. But we'll leave that up to the board, won't we? We'll leave it up. The board have got to go and find money. They're in charge of getting sponsorship deals done. And we'll leave them to it to see what they can do. But, yeah, generally I am very happy with the season. We are sort of sticking between the 4-2-4 and the 4-2-3-1. Sort of will both be my go-to systems, probably next season as well. I'll probably do a little bit of a review in that and see how it goes. But generally, I'm very happy. We're probably spending a bit too long in League 2. I don't know why I clicked on the league. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to come in here and look at general. Yeah. So we've been in League 2. I guess we're going into our 1, 2. 1, 2. This will be our third season in League 2, so it's not dreadful, but we've gone what, 12th? I swear this is 12th, 17th, and then what, 13th. So next season, I want to see us pushing top 10, really. Otherwise, there's no real improvement when we're not really losing that many players. And I think that's the key thing. We're keeping the squad as it is, and we're only losing players that we're choosing to get rid of. And with the help of the Power BI, deciding who is crap in metrics and fitting systems and stuff like that. But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I mean, even just looking on here, right, we're predicted to finish 24th. So the fact we're finishing 13th, 12th and 17th isn't too bad. Squad personality of professional is good as well. It is going to help everybody else develop into that sort of professional nature. So it's not bad. I just want to see some more progression. Obviously, I do the youth academies slower than most people because I'm creating videos about it as well. So we've got to come back every so often and do videos. When there's interesting things, we come back and do videos. I think if I was doing this on my own, I would be well into the future by now. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm in 2036, so I'm not that far away from the future. Away from the future? How do you know when you're away from the future? There's a thinker for you. But yeah, in terms of players, though, we still can't sell the Michael Onyema clause, which is very annoying, given he's now got a contract till 2038. They did give him a contract. We had a youth player poached as well by Portsmouth. And if he ever goes on to make first-team appearances for them, I'm going to be a little bit surprised because I don't think he's that good. I imagine he's just going to get released into the ether and we'll never hear of him ever again. But we do have some clauses because they poached him from our youth academy, and it's all about appearances. If he makes 100 first-team appearances for Portsmouth, that's like ridiculous because he's really not that good. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. What was I touching on before that? The board, finances. We've looked at all of that. The under-18s have done very well. They won their division again. The under-18s are performing very, very well. 28 games, 19 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses, 77 goals scored, 34 against, 62 points. Winning their division by 6 points is mightily impressive. It's annoying that you can't look at their attributes to like you can't see their appearances, goals and assists for the under-18s. If we go into here, click on under-18 Southeast, you can get come on. Oh, normally doesn't it not go into stats? Can I go stats, player overview? Nope, you can't see. I thought you could. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So the Football League Youth Alliance. So Lewis Monk is up there with one of the best average ratings. There he is, Lewis Monk, looking not great, not much potential. Probably won't give him a full contract. Christopher Knight is up there as well. Again, not looking great in terms of potential ability, but having some good appearances for the youth team. Maybe something to keep an eye on and think about. Lewis Monk has the second highest dribbles per 90 minutes. Ron Brennan's up there as well, a player that I'm actually a little bit more excited about. Lots of pace and ability for Ron Brennan on the left wing. But overall, yeah, not doing much. Zayn Minshall should have had the most expected goals in 9.49. He features not... Where is he on here? He scored 11. So not too bad for him. There we go. We've got Ron Brennan up there with 11. Ryan Carson up there with 10. The older George Best, who we think will be like George Best. He will be in the first team squad next year. Don't worry about that. He's up there now. He's made a couple of appearances for us. But he will be in... 19 isn't bad at all. He'll definitely be in and around the first team next year, getting plenty of appearances. Lewis Monk is up there for goals with 9. And then we're dropping down to other players. Christopher Knight with 7. Kian Tuma, who is someone I tell you right now is going to be released on a free transfer because he is not developing. He has a rubbish potential, very terrible CA as well, and is only a balanced personality, so he will definitely be on his way out of the door. Let's have a look at this. Do we get anyone in assists with lots of assists? Ron Brennan up there with 7. Robert Murray, another one who's definitely going to be more prevalent in the first team next year. 18 years old, good CA, good PA, fairly professional, developing reasonably well. I think first team football is going to help him massively step into the team next year, which I'm very, very excited about. Save percentages, we do have excellent Gumende back there as well. Not really developing and not really close to the first team, but we'll have to see how he gets on. But yeah, there's a few things there. Headers 1, do we have anyone good? Christopher Knight, like 73%. That's it. He's the only Folks in Invicta youngster with a good header ratio. Key tackles, we've got no one in there. So yeah, some interesting outlays to pull from the under-18s. But obviously, we do have some good players down here. We know there's some good players in the under-18s, and we know there's some good ones coming through. So I'm excited to see what they can do. There you go. We've got paid our 482k for the playouts. But let's end with the season review that the game loves to give us. So obviously there were no new arrivals, but we did lose quite a few people, or release quite a few people. 13th, which was really good. We get an A+ from the board again. They were very, very happy with our performance in the league. We got knocked out in the second round by Barnsley in the FA Cup, which was a little bit disappointing after thrashing Colchester away from home. But Barnsley are a very good team. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out by Accrington Stanley, which was just awful. I'm hoping that in one of those competitions we get drawn against a massive club next year and actually get some sort of windfall from money, which would be useful. And the English Football League trophy can just get in the bin. I never care about it any year. We got a draw against Bristol Rovers and then won on penalties. So yeah, we can forget about that competition. The 4-0 win was our biggest win of the season, where we beat Woking. Blair Gamble getting a hat-trick and Berwick getting one as well. The match to remember was a really good, actually. They've probably actually picked a good game here. A 3-2 win away to Tranmere, an 87th minute winner from the youngster Murray got us the win, which was great. And the goal of the season was scored by Ollie Lewis, the striker / left winger, and a top draw goal from Invicta forward Lewis as he hits a stunning volley from 23 yards out. Very good for him. We've got a new 4-year deal, which was good, for 156k, so that's bringing a bit more in. We remain regional. All the money's gone up, but we're still hemorrhaging money as a club, and we lined up in a 4-2-4, and this was our best 11. I was going to say not most used, but our best 11. They should be the other way around, because Shaibu definitely played target forward and Englefield definitely played advance forward. Gemmell and Lewis on either wings. No place for Lexi this year. Massive amount of time missed through injuries for Lexi, which was really, really annoying. Emmanuel and Bursey, that will probably change next year to be Emmanuel and Cross maybe, or Murray stepping into a defensive midfield if we want to play Cross at the back. And Evans will probably be our starting right back. Besant will probably stay starting left back. Pikarski, I don't know about Pikarski. I don't know. He makes a lot of errors, and I don't think Excellent Gumedi is in a great position to replace Pikarski. That's not where I wanted to go. That's not where I wanted to go either. This is where I wanted to go. We do have Andrew McCarthy, a youngster that's come through who's not looking too bad, as a chance to rival him. And then we also have Michael Collins as well, who looks probably most likely to challenge Pikarski for a starting position next year. We've sent him on loan to Bishop Stortford to try and get some first team football, and he's not done brilliantly. He did okay in his last loan, but coming back, I think he's going to challenge Pikarski. I'm just not sure. If we go just looking at attributes like this, because the skin has been updated, right? I've updated the SAS skin, so you now get all of this information. But if we just look at attributes, go to sweeper, keeper, on a support, like, they're very, very similar. If you took the averages, Collins is 1 less on goalkeeping, 1 more on mental, and 2 more on physical. But Pikarski has better jumping reach, which we know is crucial. However, Michael Collins has much better agility, which is crucial for a goalkeeper. Handling-wise, it's Michael Collins. Pikarski is actually pretty weak. Pikarski has huge eccentricity as well, but his aerial reach is much, much better. So you can see it's a toss-up between the two. So I just don't know, because Pikarski's been okay, that's 6.82, but he is rash. He's a rash goalkeeper for his eccentricity and things like that. So I'm not sure. I mean, if you judge it by value, they've both got the same contract length. But if you judge it by value, which in Football Manager can be a good indicator of potential ability and ability as a footballer, Michael Collins is much, much more valuable. I mean, his lowest value is the same as Pikarski's highest value. So, yeah, I don't know. Did Pikarski ever end up getting I don't know why I clicked on Poland. Did he ever actually end up getting a under 21s or under 18s cap to under 19? So he did get an under 19 cap for Poland, which is pretty good. That's pretty cool, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. I've rambled on enough. This is just a quick review, end of season episode. We'll be back for the start of season 13, I think it is, in the next episode, where we'll go through all the players. The Power BI will be up and running, and I'm making changes to the Power BI. I know I keep saying this. The video will come about how to get data in and how to use the Power BI and what to do with it and all of that stuff. But I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I want it to be as good as I can possibly do it for a version 1 that I can release, probably via Patreon or via Twitch supporters or like subscribers and YouTube memberships, because I've put a lot of work into it, and I think having a little bit of a gateway to get it might be, sort of makes sense. I don't know. That'll probably piss a lot of people off. But yeah, we'll leave it there on that bombshell, to quote Top Gear. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.